when the program started, I didn't trust what will happen for 6 nights because I was exhausted. So I started begging God that He should give me support, and I came to the altar. I came to the altar to make pledge to the Lord that if He support me, that I'm going to come back with thanksgiving. And if you were here in the morning, you will know that He supported me. Don't worry about what has happened. Don't worry. Just keep looking at Him. Don't look at man. Except He asks you to look at that man. Sometimes he can ask you to look at a man. But if He didn't ask you to look at a man, don't worry about man. He will help you. You must know that He doesn't go far. And it is only Him that understands exactly how you feel. Even when you are weak, He doesn't still deny you. I want to tell somebody something. In this, I'm about to give you power by talking to you. It is only in Locust Army that kind of anointing functions. Where you'll be looking at a man's tongue and you will have power. Power will just come into you. Just by looking. I came with 2 sands. The sand of my house and the sand of Abuja Church. And then with my old kake that I'm angry with. That take me to school, old school, where I did primary school. That Thanksgiving is this. You can live without lacking money. Money is not too much. I said money. No, money is not too much. A lot of fools have money in Lagos. Let me ask you to listen. A lot of fools are rich. So if fools are rich, I don't know why a wise man will lack money. Church, why are you giving like that? Is it Thanksgiving? All right, sit down. Those that testify, come. When I am preaching, you will be resting. When I say shout, then you explode. Pastor, can you testify it? God will do more. We do more. No, we do more. He will do more. He will do more. Somebody jam your hand together. Now, promise me you will not look at another direction. I say, promise me that Satan will not steal away your thought. I know him. This guy like coming to church. So that when I am preaching, he will tell you, think about your village. Think about that woman in Jehovah. Casey, is it you? So you still remember me on this earth? Thank you. I saw your seed now. Put your hand together for Pastor Casey. You just find it way. Up to 80 years. I want for you. The first thing I want to share is seeing with the eyes of your imagination. Seeing with the eyes of your imagination. Now, let me say very, very quickly that imagination, the eyes, is more powerful than what people can imagine. So if you're looking at me now, it is not possible for you to know how powerful your eyes is. Now, but there are two types of eyes. There are eyes of the spirit, or three types. Then there is what is called the eyes of the mind. And then there is what is called the eyes, the physical eyes. Please listen. It is very, very important for you to understand the one you are seeing with. Number two, it is also very, very important for you to know the one that has your destiny. It is evil for you to use eyes that doesn't have your destiny to see. Every day of your life, what Satan tried to do is to make sure that you see with the one that doesn't have your destiny. Now, when somebody starts seeing with the eyes that doesn't have his destiny, that man is doomed. I give you a testimony. At the age of 9, I had capacity to see with the eyes of my destiny. Please listen. The greatest achievement of Satan on earth in the midst of men is to bewitch the eyes, is to bewitch you of the eyes of your destiny. He will not succeed, because I'm not staying long in this prayer because I still have something else to share. Listen, I know it in power. Don't, please hear me. Hear me. Listen, hear me. Money will go to right people. In case money is what you're looking for, money will go to right people. Me and Frank and Kingsley, we're going to have meeting. We're going to have prayer meeting 10 minutes after this service on 4 of us on asking God to give us money to build 300 rooms in Galilee before January 24. This one I'm painting this one next month, so I'm through with it. You're the one that will buy down look where you will sleep there. Now, I said for this one. No. This one is finished. If I come back here in the morning by 8 and I didn't see those people plastering that and see what they are doing, war will start. somebody will be very, very unhappy. Somebody. And it's not money that will delay you. I have money. So if it's money, after service, meet me. I will still bring it. It doesn't finish with me. But we're going to have meeting because we are rebuilding Galilee Hall. We are rebuilding 19. If you have your property, some of us who claim that 19, the current room in Galilee there as our personal room. If you have your property in 19, I don't know what they call it. This is a way block or a lion block, immortal block. If you have your property there, send the gateway to carry it out because I'm about to break it. Because that 19 room is part of the auditorium. Did you clap your hand? Because me and Frank and Chukode, we are going to build 115 at least, or 200 before January 20. And may God not give us peace. May God not try to give us peace if that building is not there. So all the engineers should start planning. Iron benders should start looking to that place. Because we are not bending iron here anymore. Now I would like you to hear. Listen. Here on earth, all things are possible. Now, Satan is an angel of power. If he wants to kill a man, he gives the man satanic power. All poor people are first of all killed. All poor men I know are dead. Excuse me, a poor man is not alive. Just waiting for time. And if you're here, you like protecting poverty, I'm not afraid of you. Because anytime something is said about poverty, somebody will get angry. As if though your name. Now, these are people who sustain poverty where? On earth. Through their mind. So the moment that you say all poor people are sick, they say what kind of preaching is that? As if the poverty is part of their family. Now, anytime God wants to give you destiny, he tried to find out the eyes through which you see. He must. So in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 11, he wanted to find out the eyes through which Jeremiah sees. And then he said to Jeremiah, what do you see? Can you look at that? Jeremiah 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I say, I see a rod of an almond tree. Look at testimony of God concerning Jeremiah. Verse number 12. He said, then said the Lord unto him, thou hast seen, thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. In 30 years of preaching, the way I know poor people is through sight. The way I know people who are about to die is through sight. When Satan wants to kill people, he influences their eyes. Now hear me. At the age of 9, I know the eyes, I must see it. And I started protecting that eyes from 9. I started protecting that eyes from age 9. When I know the eyes, I must see it. Excuse me. The problem of God with man is not sin. It's looking at something God doesn't want you to see. Or seeing things the way those things are not. A lot of people are serving God, but they are seeing God the way God is not. And how can they serve God well when they are seeing God the way God is not? Some people are seeing Jesus the way Jesus is not. Some people are seeing money the way money is not. So how can they get it? Some pastors are seeing ministry the way ministry is not. Some people are seeing prosperity the way prosperity is not. Let me show you a destroyer. Genesis chapter 3. Start reading from verse 1 so I can get a picture. Genesis chapter 3, 1, 2. Quick reading.
Now the serpent was more subtle than the beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die.
God have already said to Adam and his wife, prosperity, dominion, immortality is a function of eyes. There is no time I see a poor man or a rich man, I didn't see what makes him poor or rich. More than 90% of all of us that came into this church today, I know when we came. Now, when you came into the church, you represent who you are. And sometimes people separate that thing from what they want to become. It is the way you look and where you look that means when you came. The way you look and where you look. Some of us who are looking for a wife, you don't know what to look for in a woman. Some of us who want to marry, you don't know what to look for in a man. Some of us who are pastors, you don't know what it means to have a prosperous ministry. You think you can be looking at the wrong direction and do miracle. The real miracle is in the mental transformation of a man. There is no miracle without brightness. All burning bodies are seeing bodies. Listen, some of us who are here, I don't want to mention your name. Either we grew as children or in ministry. We were friends at a time. Today, some of us that used to be close to 5 years ago, I'm no longer close to them. You see, what separated us, where they were looking at and where I was looking at. And they were looking at the wrong direction, and I was looking at that. We keep on separating. Until when I see them, I will know that they have problem. What separated us? The more where we are looking at keep on differing, we will be tearing apart. I say we will tear apart. To the level that when I see them, I start pitying them. You were looking at your children, I was looking at God. You carried your wife to go and buy clothes, I was looking at God. You went to do shopping at Blanco, I was looking at God. After 5 years, we will be different. We will be different. Because when you were looking, you were going. And then when I was looking, I was also going. Somebody said looking and going. destiny. Look at where your destiny is and follow it as you look. Now hear me. You don't separate yourself as you look. Wherever you're looking at, your leg will follow it. I say wherever you keep looking at, you when people see you, why you don't have 1 million naira in your account? You're looking at me and you think that 10 million naira is too much. Why 10 million naira look at 10 much to you? 50. It's because of where you're looking at. And if you don't turn your eyes from that place you're looking at, to get 10 million into your account might be difficult in another 5 years. Because there is a way that leads to poverty. There is a way that leads to shame. There is a way. There is a way that leads to death. Somebody said, why do you say you can't die? I said, I have walked away from death through looking. I said, I've done what? I've walked away. I said, I have walked away from poverty through looking. Now, you had 300 rooms and your heart failed you. But I have finished. The land, some of us we are not in Galilee. I told them to go and measure a land. And they came and told him that the land we have in Galilee where I wanted to build that place can take only 22. I tell them to enter into the land of the man next. And peg it. Now the guy pegged another person's land. Then I say measure down. In another person's land and peg another person's land. And then he got 50 rooms down. Then I called Pastor Kechku. I said, tell the owners of those land that the building of God is on their land. Then tell them that what will kill them has come up on their land. I said, what? That the spirit that asked me to be a eunuch has asked me to peg their land. The boy that gave us down 100 by 10 tell us that he's not giving us only 100 by 10. He's giving us extra 2 plots. Right. And then he said he will call the owner of the other land we pegged. May God not be your enemy. I say, may God. Even if I stop in what I'm about to say, it's enough. Satan tinted the eyes of Eve. Satan tinted the eyes of Eve. And then the woman died. Before she died, she became poor. One of the ways to know that you're getting ready to die is that you are broke. Any man that is broke for a long time is already getting ready. Poverty is a sign that an angel of death has come. see, because they are poverty and death are Siamese twins. Very, very, very ugly Siamese. When you hear Siamese, you're talking about twins that are very, very ugly, but they're inseparable. I said they are, but they're inseparable. Poverty and death. That is why when the deceiver is giving you a sign, start shouting. Look at the next verse. In verse 3, and the devil said to the woman,
and the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die.
That is spice. That is tint. That is spice. That is bewitch. That is lying. And then something happened in 5. Satan touched that woman's eyes. There is nobody on earth. I have a privilege of my life this morning to touch your eyes. There is nobody on earth that his eyes cannot be touched. Why preaching is the greatest job on earth is because preachers has ability to touch people's eyes continuously. That means they are agent of life and death. Don't trifle with somebody that have ability to touch your eyes. In verse 6, can you see what happened? Verse 6. And then the woman saw.
When the woman saw that the tree was
Excuse
good.
me. Did she see that it was good before? Huh? I said, did she see that it was good before? She saw it. That means something affected her eyes. And then, I don't want to go with the story. You know, now she ate. And then she died. But she didn't die immediately. She was naked, number 1. That is, she started seeing herself the way she's not. What nakedness means that a man is seeing himself the way he's not. That is nakedness. He started seeing himself the way he's not. And then number 2, he plunged into suffering. And then number 3, he died. If you look at Acts of Apostles chapter 8, the Bible says a particular man, a particular sorcerer called Elymas, painted the eyes of the Samaritans, bewitched them. Did what? Bewitched them, so that they will not see him properly. They look at that wizard and call him a great man of God. Are there not so many wizards in Nigeria that we are calling great men of God because we are already bewitched? Acts of Apostles chapter 8. I am not preaching my total message on eyes. You know, I made so many books on eyes. So I'm not going to make a sermon talking about eyes throughout. I'm trying to listen. When I came here two nights ago, the day I preached on imagination is a root of knowledge. That's one of my best nights in this program that's about to end. That's one of at first I'm considered that was my deepest night. That was my deepest night. I have never shared anything that is deeper than that all my life. That was the first night in my whole life I criticized knowledge. I stamp on knowledge. That night I told you, I said, when I came to the altar, the Lord said, show the people the deceiver, that the deceiver is in the church, but they can't see him. I say, what? Is it not through deception that man started accepting failure, death, as his destiny? Now man can no longer control the earth because man has lacked knowledge. Has lacked to do what? To control the earth. So man forgot who he is and became a beggar. That is why when you see some people walk, I don't want to get some people angry because some people walk like that this morning. When I see people walk, it's like what is in their brain is coconut. So they are walking like people who are confused. Is there not a way you lift your leg when you know where you're going? Is there not a way you lift your leg when you know where you're going? Do you walk like somebody who wants to fall when you know where you're going? I said, if you have boldness, is there not a way people that are bold walk? Huh? If you're like somebody who follow airport to travel and you come into the airport, you will know when a big man comes into the airport. One of the ways to know he has come is that that's the way he walk. And then he doesn't try to look at everybody because he believes that everybody should be looking at him. I say he doesn't try to look at anybody because he believes that everybody. Now, one of the ways to know them is that when they come, they feel a of something that look like confidence, and then they start asking questions, and then they start feeling good, and then they start believing that everybody is noticing them. So they try to not to look at anybody, and then quickly they are going to where they are going without looking anywhere, and then you know that an important man is around. But when you are mad about that, Yana dry cleaner in the future airport. Somebody just somebody about that airport. Or just about that airport now. Not your mother, bug and your mama. Somebody who came out from his house. Now want to urinate. Yes, I've this side. Because somebody doesn't know where he's going. He just came to the airport now to urinate. Even if you want to urinate, sit down first, so that when the eyes of everybody turn away from you, when the eyes of everybody, at least give them 1 hour. When everybody has stopped looking at you, you can now quietly, if you must urinate everywhere you sit down. If you are taking drug regularly, I'm sorry about it, but you receive healing in this place. If you're taking hard drug, in local army we don't take hard drug. That toilet there, we didn't build it for you. We build it for people that has problem. In case you're taking hard drug, your healing is here now. Now, sometimes we say some things to offend people so that they will know their destiny. Because destiny prospers by acceptance. Whatever you didn't accept cannot settle with you. Did you hear what I said? I said whatever you didn't accept can't settle. Elimas, Acts chapter 8. You know I'm not preaching on eyes. Verse number 9. But there was a certain man called Simon. Before time, in the city,
used sorcery and bewitched the people of Samaria.
Yes.
Giving out that himself was some great one.
Number 10.
To whom they all gave heed, from the least to the greatest.
Yes.
Saying, this man is the great power of God.
The man is a great power of God. And to him they all
in regard,
because for a long time
he had bewitched them with sorceries.
Now, excuse me, when you hear the word bewitch, your eyes go very fast to a big witch. Some people can bewitch themselves through dreams, through thoughts. If you start seeing things you are not meant to see, then you are bewitched. Now, the battle of bewitchment is something we fight every day. And there is only one group of people that are free from that battle. And that is dreamers. It is only through dream that people are set free from bewitchment. When Satan wants to turn your eyes to another direction, please hear me. I just finished. I wrote yesterday a chapter 1 on a book I called Winning Life Battles Through Enhanced Value. I said in that book, anytime God wants to move you forward, he increases your value. And then increasing your value is through making you to attach yourself to vision. Now, because your life starts with something God showed you to live for. God keep every blessing he wants to give you in what he revealed to you to live for. And God believes you have gone astray when you turn your eyes away from something you must live for. Turning your eyes from something you must live for simply means you are already bewitched. Life starts only when we know what to live for. Wait. Joseph conquered the bewitchment that was upon his brothers. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you the truth? More than half of the people that are looking at me now, one of the evil that have sustained poverty in their life is investing their time, their money, and themselves on things that they don't need. Can I say it again? It might be that you don't need a lot of children, but you have 10. Excuse me. There is no nation that supported having children like China and India that is not under poverty. It doesn't matter. It might look like China is developed. Is China developed? Are Chinese people more valuable than Africans in their mentality? I'm asking you. Chinese people are also hawkers. They also do odd job in Africa. So are Indians. The other day we were looking at that and they said India is about 1.4,209,000,000. and then China is 1.4, 2 something. That means India have taken over China in population and became number 1. Now, I didn't even know that Nigeria is one of the most thickly populated nations in the world. I didn't know Nigeria is more populated than China, than Russia, sorry. Yet, Nigeria is not a world power. When people are growing in number without being powerful, their slavery doesn't end. Let me say again. I say when people keep growing in number without being powerful, their slavery can't end. Now some people are busy producing children without what to train them with. Some people who don't have land anywhere in Lagos are busy buying gold. They are busy wasting the money that came into their hand to do dress up. That is bewitchment. By the time I finished building Kanu Church, I had only 1 shoe and 1 suit. And having only 1 shoe and 1 suit didn't make me less than shepherd. Prosperity is not about getting things. It's about keeping the one you have. Some people have gotten enough to be rich, but they are wasting what they have. Now, do you know why they are wasting it? Because they are bewitched. Please pay attention. Pay attention to me. There is a number of years you will preserve your value. Things that make men divine cannot be separated from you. There are a number of years you will stay focused. You will no longer be sick, because you have walked away through looking. You walked away from poverty. You want to make me poor? Are you in charge of local army income? Don't forget that I've been in charge of local army income for 27 years old. So I float the account. And can I tell you what is prosperity? I float those accounts and it doesn't show. It doesn't show in my life. It shows in what I do with it. Can your money stop showing in your life and show in what you achieve? Can you stop squandering what you have and use what you have to achieve something, so that people can look at what you have achieved and respect you, and then so that what you have achieved can protect you? This building is already protecting this ground. A pastor friend of mine told me the other day. He said a challenge came and they asked policemen to come and arrest him. That's like in Kano. He said when the policemen came into the compound of his church, they said, "Oga, now wow, we were told to come and arrest you, but we are begging you to come to police station." He didn't hear. He said, "We want you to come and meet our Oga, but we are going." Because there is a way you don't treat some people because of the achievement and name. I said there is a way you don't treat certain names because of achievement. That is why men of great glory don't trifle with it. The Bible says when he saw the glory that will be revealed, he endured the pain. He took suffering. He took it. When Jesus came to the earth, his seven eyes protected him and then gave him quick understanding. In chapter 5, the Bible call it eyes and horn and spirit of revelation. In Isaiah chapter 11, 1, 2, 3, the Bible called it character. Whatever the eyes of your imagination can see shall not be restrained. Excuse me. It is not only by faith that I told the architect to go and measure that land. It's not only by faith. It is also by value. I said, tell him that it was shepherd. If I like it, I will not be around. I don't want to stay on it without it. The boy said, not only I will give you my own land, extra 2 plots, I will help you to get the other one that's not my own. It's just a name. Excuse me. I didn't come with that name as a child. I walked away from stupidity. What else I did? I walked away. I walked away from stupidity. I walked away from poverty. It was people I grew with that I'm talking about. They know me from childhood, but I walked away. I walked away and returned, and then started issuing command. That village will see money. They will see money when I start 300 rooms. I said they will see flow of money. Then they will know that there is a God I know that can turn sand into money. When I was praying in the morning, an angel told me, he said, release bow and arrow in the heaven and ask us to shoot down monkeys. I said, an angel told me this morning, he said, don't pray that way. Ask us to start shooting monkeys down with bow and arrow and then take it to the market of gods and transfer money into the account. Somebody say kill monkeys in the realm of the spirit, sell it in the market of gods and then transfer money into my account. Now, that is a prophetic insight into a new form of dominion where angels can kill antelopes. 1 billion antelopes. Dry antelope. Not transfer the market of gods. So I saw in my imagination where they were shooting monkeys, some were shooting antelopes, and then they were falling down and they were roasting it in the fire in the realm. And then those who are buying suya are buying monkeys, buying antelopes, and they are transferring the money to me. And I told them that exercise of shooting down monkeys with bow and arrow, with bow, that is ancient weapons. I was here watching monkeys nada. Because I know the way you reason. Now that prayer is for me. Don't go and tell angels. Don't go and tell angels to shoot down monkeys. Because you want money. With ancient weapons. You know, but when I want money urgent, I will tell them to sell monkeys. So, since this year, have you walked out of poverty? Have you walked out on being a tenant? You say, I'm done with it. Your imagination helps you to walk out. Now, let me help somebody as I go away from this message. Let me help somebody. Let me help you. Let me help you quickly. I want to help you by telling you, you are not like another person. Follow what you're seeing. Can you stop comparing yourself with other people? Can you stop comparing yourself? Can you pay attention to yourself? I give you this testimony. Since 9 years, I've been walking away from men. Let me ask you to listen. If you didn't eat good food and come to church, if since last week you have not eaten good food, can you be able to hide it from your face? If you are always broke, can you be able to hide it from the way you walk? But confidence, does it not come from looking? I said, does it not come from looking? Every day Satan want to make attempt to bewitch people. He will never bewitch you. I can't hear your amen. Vision will protect you. In the mighty name of Jesus. Let me tell you one particular story and I will stop. Now, Joseph's brothers were bewitched because they couldn't see. They sold the one that can see, and that one took away their destiny. Took away their destiny and was into the journey of honor through looking. Looking, Ishmaelite bought him. Looking, he came to the house of Potiphar. Looking, he came into prison. Looking, he came out of prison, became a prime minister. And these wanderers landed in Egypt to buy food. These wanderers, these senseless wanderers, these senseless wanderers that were not tired of eating. I said the senseless that were not tired of eating followed food to the same Egypt. All my brothers who ignored me, when I'm following vision, I don't worry about where they are. They will come back to me. The place I'm standing now is headquarters. So if you are in headquarters, you don't move. It is wanderers that will come to this place. And by the time they come here, they would have lost themselves. How can a man that doesn't have eyes see? How can a man that doesn't have eyes be powerful? There must be eyes before horns. And if you don't have horns, you can't reign. That means blindness cannot bring to the throne. There is no human being that became important that can see. And sight is seen in operation. Yes, when people see your conduct, they will know what you're seeing. I'm sharing on sin with the eyes of your imagination. Your eyes introduces you to power. You can be powerful without talking. I say you can be powerful without talking. Power is an attraction. I say power is an attraction. It's not something you fight for. If you have it, it will attract what you need. I ask the Lord to open your eyes. Now, in all sanctuaries of power, what they do is to open people's eyes. Huh? The men came to Emmaus, said, did our heart not burn within us when he opens our eyes to scripture? And then how does somebody who eyes burn, how does somebody who eyes burn remain the same? Let me tell you how to end poverty. Number one, be sure of what you're seeing. Write it down. Be sure of what you're seeing. Number two, follow what you're seeing. Number three, follow continuously. Let me repeat it. Be sure of what you're seeing. Number two, follow what you're seeing. Number three, follow continuously. Number four, allow what you're seeing to give you people of that eyes. Every eyes has people. Allow what you're seeing to give you people of the eyes. Then number five, when what you're seeing give you people of that eyes, take your place among them. And then keep staying with them. After a time, your destiny will speak. Let me say this finally. It is not possible for any man to stumble into any place that is important. Can I say again? I say it is not possible for any man to stumble into any place that is important. Please, let me ask you to see people you will avoid. Avoid a woman that is not sure of what she's seeing. Pain doesn't end. Can I tell you something? That this is my last in this now. Pay attention. In the time past, they almost deceived me to make me to believe that my destiny is tied to prayer. My destiny is not tied to prayer. My destiny is tied to my eyes. When we are on the road of destiny, we can pray when it is important. Even if we didn't pray, we can still arrive, because there was no prayer in the beginning. I said we can arrive into places of importance without prayer, with accurate vision and hard work. With accurate vision and hard work. Don't allow yourself to deceive you to believe that God is responsible for your destiny. After all, the God of every man came from a man. And I tell you the mystery of it. Nothing goes from God, goes out from God freely. Can I say it again? Nothing can leave the hand of God freely. Nothing. So if you don't have substance, you can't relate with God. In case you don't know, God is not ready to lose anything. So before you came to church, what were you seeing? When I came into Kano to start Locust Army, I was there for 40 years. The Lord told me, You are not born to come to Ghana. You came here on your own. I came into Lagos. I went to Surulere. He said you came to Lagos, but not Surulere. All these places, Kanu people are still many. They have church there. They are hearing me. Their pastor is Pastor Sunday Philip, not RevChrisChristian. Pastor Chimezie came with Surulere people. Lagos Army in Surulere. Your pastor is Pastor Chimezie, not RevChrisChristian. But I was moving. Now I have come to this place. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to go anywhere. And I want to say to all locals, find a land in Ireland. Find a land, no matter how far it is. Buy land in Ireland. Lagos is moving to Ireland and the world. You better hear me. Lands will be very expensive in this place. This is island region. In the last millennium, God will not play with a land surrounded by water. Because everything that is important to God is inside water. Everything that is important up to the throne of the Lion of Judah is inside. I have used eyes to bless you. Also, I have to cross Okenu and buy land. Go there. Cross Okenu and go and buy land. Very soon, they will build bridge between here and that place called Kenu. And then land there will be very expensive. That's a movement. Can you put your hand together for Jesus? Cause number 2, God will never separate himself from the value of men. If you go to a village and there is no light there, the people that are growing there are drunkards. Kennedy, I am on it on building heaven through the value of a man. Through the value of a man, not men. Wherever a great building is erected on earth, it was a valuable man that did it, not God. Not God. I didn't say God. I say man. Somebody like me. If God trifle with men of value, God will not be part of the earth. Each time God sees men of value, he rejoices, because that is the only hope he has to be part of the earth. Now, there is something in men of value that God will need to introduce himself. One of the ways to know how important you are to God is what God is asking you to give him. But I want to say to you, the first thing we give to God is ourselves. May you not be part of any relationship that is not making demand on you. May you not be part of any relationship that is not making demand on you. May you not marry a man you don't have what he needs. If you're a woman, may you not marry a man that didn't see you beautiful. May a man not marry you by management, because you will go to hell in his house. I say, may a man not manage you. So every day of your life, fight to see what you can provide to people you want respect from. Every day of your life, fight. Fight. Fight to provide something for people that should respect you. When men have value that God cannot avoid, they become indispensable. They become, you cannot ignore them. You see, because they are not only indispensable, they are irreplaceable. Because it is only them that have